Welcome! Let me get the main menu here. Alright. Welcome to the stream, everybody! Or welcome to the VOD if you're watching the VOD. I'm here! It feels like it's been way too long and I'm all like, aw man. It's been such a long time. It hasn't been that long, but it just feels like it's been a long time. What is this little thing here? That's cute. Whatever this is. A shape-shifting monster. Oh, this one. Okay. Oh, I know. It's because I haven't logged in with my PC in a while. So it's like, hey, click on me. It's like, well, I've already clicked on you, so. Oh, goodness gracious. I hope everyone is having an okay day. I can finally say that I'm having an okay day myself. It's just, it feels like it's been a whirlwind. Last week was really rough. The people that were doing the painting outside of where we live put plastic on the windows like you do. You know, we were expecting that. And then they removed most of the plastic from the windows except for one window they left up. They left plastic on our study window right here where I'm sitting. And we didn't have AC for like over 48 hours, I'm pretty sure. And I was going a little bit cuckoo. I had the pet rats downstairs, so it was a little bit cooler down there. It's very stressful. And we finally, after I like asked someone, like, oh, they said we can take them down now, and I'm like, what do you mean we? I thought that's your job. What? So we got it taken down, we got the AC running, and then after that, my husband and I went on a little trip, and right before we went on the trip, I went to the pharmacy and they were like, oh, we can't give you your medicine right now. And I was like, but I last filled it on July 10th, and you gave me a 30-day supply, and it is now August 9th, so I need more now. They were like, well, you can't, though. You can get more on the 12th. And I was like, but what am I supposed to do? And they were very unhelpful. It is rough out here. But I finally got that medication. So that's been resolved. The AC's been resolved. We went on our trip and it turned out just great. So there wasn't anything to be stressed out about. It went just fine. It was a nice time. And now I am back and I can finally stream again. I just did not have the energy for it yesterday. And my thought is also that this Marcus banner is still going to be up tomorrow, if I were to stream tomorrow on Wednesday, which is my usual stream day. So I'm thinking this week, since I'm still a little bit recovering from the stress of the past 6 days or so, I'm thinking I will stream today, Tuesday, and I will stream Thursday as well. And Thursday will be the day of the new patch. It'll be 1.8. Kinoko-kun, hello. It feels like it's been a while, because it has been a while. I'm so relieved to be sitting here and streaming. I can physically feel my body just kind of sighing with relief that we're back into a normal kind of schedule. We have returned to normalcy, at least somewhat. So it's great to see you. I hope you're having an okay day. I remember last time you mentioned you've got high 80 temperatures down there in California. I was just chatting with someone else on Discord who's in Arizona, and they're looking at like 100-degree temperatures. My heart goes out to everybody. Not even close. It was 95 all of last week. 95 degrees Fahrenheit, everybody. Oh my goodness gracious. Let's see, 95 degrees to Celsius. So for all of those out there in UK land and other places that use the normal type of temperatures, that's like 35 degrees Celsius. That is nutso. I am sorry to hear that. Has that changed this week, or is it more of the same? I hope it is. It's better now? Thank goodness. It's better now here as well. I assume because we're on the West Coast, maybe we have similar weather patterns. Maybe. Golly. Still not happy, but at least it's like 88 Fahrenheit. I know. When you've seen what 90s are like, 80s don't seem as bad. I mean, we were at that point. Now, like 2 summers ago, we had a heat dome here at the Pacific Northwest, and we actually saw, I think, our very first 3-digit Fahrenheit temperature. And I cannot express to you the panic I was in trying to keep my pet rats cool enough. They were completely fine, but I was panicking. Man. Yeah. It's still not, like, it is definitely much more comfortable today. I still like having the AC going when I'm streaming, because I feel like I get hotter when I'm streaming, even though I'm just sitting still. It seems counterintuitive, but that's just kind of how it works. That's how my body works right now. Oy, oy, oy. So like I was saying, my plan here is to stream today, Tuesday, and then wait 2 days, and I will stream again on Thursday, and it will be patch 1.8 day. Woo! So I figured today's stream can be like getting all hyped up for patch 1.8 and all that fun stuff as I finish up Marcus's story. Everything else has been finished. I can show you. I already have SSS on all of Maine's bulletin here. I was able to get 1,000,000 score on Projection of Nightmares all by myself. Yep, 5 weeks until 1.9. That's the one that you're really excited about. Yeah, 1.9 is when we get the next really strong unit. Okay, I have been thinking about something for a while. I've been thinking about the whole concept of spoilers for Reverse 1999, because this is a video game where we have a little bit of a weird situation. We here on the global server are like behind by 3 or 4 patches. 3 or 4 patches, I don't know. And we get stuff after the CN server does. And that means a lot of people, it's even more weird than usual. I have a lot of friends who play Japanese gacha games, like rhythm games and stuff, Love Live School Idol Festival, D4 DJ or DJ D4, I forget which one it is. We're 3 patches behind? Okay, thanks, Kino Cocoon. There's a lot of Japanese gacha games where there's an English version of the gacha game, and then there's the original Japanese version of the gacha game, and there is a delay. And there's this whole thing in that realm of gacha gaming where you get to plan ahead your pulls thanks to that insight. But not everybody plays the original Japanese version of the game. Some people do, but a lot of people like myself, you know, it's already kind of a lot of work to do 1 gacha account, let alone do 2 gacha accounts. So I tend to focus on the English version. FGO delay of 2 years? So do they have a Japanese release that's the first release of the game, and then the English is behind by 2 years? Man. FGO is Fate Grand Order. I did take a look at Fate Grand Order. I played it for like half a year at one point, like a handful of years ago, 4 or 5 years ago. And I kind of got into it, but it just didn't grab me the rest of the way. And also I got into it so late that it felt like I just didn't know what I was doing. And all the guides, there just wasn't enough beginner player support for that game, so I just kind of gave up. And I didn't know enough people that were playing it at that time anyway. So what I'm describing here is the fact that Reverse 1999 has a similar situation. We have an English version of the game that is 3 patches behind the first version of the game, which comes out for the CN server. But the thing that makes Reverse 1999 different is that a lot of stuff in the CN version is still, it comes out in English. So if you are an English-speaking gacha gamer, you have more incentive to play CN Reverse 1999. There's a lot of content creators that play the CN version of this game, and as such, we actually have a lot of content out there to draw information from when it comes to researching whether we should be saving pulls for future characters, right? Now, not all content creators are playing CN. Obviously, I'm not playing CN. As you can see, this is my only Reverse 1999 account. It's the English global server. There's other content creators who are also EN only, and I know at least one of them. They pretty much are kind of like no spoilers. They don't want to talk about what's on the CN version, right? They don't want to talk about what are the upcoming characters or the upcoming story or anything like that. And for a while now, I've been thinking I want to also provide a quote-unquote spoiler-free experience for this stream. But thinking about it some more, I was like, this is kind of, having that insight ahead of time for a gacha game is really, really valuable, especially for free-to-play players. So I have decided officially to amend my kind of spoiler policy here. And tell me what you think about this. I'm thinking we should definitely allow discussion of future characters in Reverse 1999. Future characters, future character kits, and also future gameplay in Reverse 1999. So how you play the game, how the characters play in the gameplay that is in the game. As you know, we have Mains Bulletin, we have Echoes in the Mountain roguelike gameplay, we have the main story, we have UTTU, and all of the different kinds of gameplay. Different characters might be strong in different parts, right? So I feel like that should be allowed. And then we only have a spoiler, you know, a spoiler protection when it comes to story. Now, I think the only times when it might be difficult to thread that needle is when you have a character like Jessica, right? She, as a character, was kind of a spoiler in a way. I feel like, though, like, I wasn't here when, I wasn't paying attention to people talking about the game when Jessica was first coming out, and people were playing the Nightmare at Green Lake on the CN server in, what, it must have been like August, September last year. And I imagine that they would have had to kind of dance around the fact that she is or isn't in the story, and like try not to spoil her real identity. So that's something to think about. Luckily, most of the rest of the characters, I don't think we need to really worry too much about spoiling story elements just by talking about the characters themselves. So, henceforth, I'm just basically gonna say, let's go ahead. No, I think Jessica was the only time that happened. Yeah. I think you're right. I can't think of any other examples of there being a character whose identity was, like, weird. I mean, there's the fact that Ezra is actually human, but that's not like a spoiler. That's not like a reveal in the story. That's just something you learn about him, and it's an interesting attribute he has, the fact that he's a human. And that's, you know, it is what it is. So yeah. So back to Kinoku-kun's comment. 5 weeks until 1.9. Now I'm finally okay with saying, that's right, it's 5 weeks until Lucy shows up. The next really super strong meta character, probably on the same level of 6 in terms of just how much of a must-pull she is. I figure it makes a lot of sense to use my stream as a place to help let other players know, hey, you might want to save pulls. You might want to save for a future character. So I definitely recommend people maybe keep aside a few pulls. Keep aside at least, you know, some amount as you go through patch 1.8. Keep some aside for that 1.9 drop, because Lucy is going to be she's the next limited character. The same way that Jo Nyangza was a limited character and had a banner that had its own pity system and all that stuff. And she won't be available in the main banner. Lucy, that is. Just the same way that Jo Nyangza is not available in the banner now after her banner's gone. And everyone says that Lucy is incredible and amazing, and it's been very across the board. Like, everyone is on the same page here, so I believe it. Yay! Okay, so I showed off that I completed everything I wanted to complete with Main's Bulletin. I have all of this currency, and I can't decide, like, the flash sale ends in a day and something or other, and Main's Bulletin overall ends in a day or something other. So do these credits go away? Maybe I really should make a decision on using them, because it would be nice to just keep on saving up for another gluttony. No, they carry between patch? They do! You know, that sounds right. I think I recall having some here. So maybe I will hold on to these, because it's nice to have some more gluttony. Those are very, very rare. Even though I would like to get some more of these, I think that's smart. And obviously this has ended. I already spent the rest of the currency there. UTTU, I have gotten everything out of the shop, as you can see. And I have done some of the achievements. I managed to do 1, 2, 3 achievements. Completing the parts for 1 through 3. And then I have this one I could go for. Unfortunately, all of these achievements are just going to give you more UTTU cards. They're not going to give you, like, stuff that's useful outside of UTTU. And I'm, you know, if it's like previous UTTUs, these cards go away at the end of this UTTU season. Part of me just wants to play more UTTU because I still don't feel like I really knew what I was doing all the way. And there still are some cards that I ended up not getting any of, like down here. So, I don't know. I might play around with that later. But it is effectively finished. And now for today's thing, I'm gonna try to finish Marcus's story. I've got 5 of these to get through, and I'm already 27 minutes into my stream, which is hilarious. I guess I'm only 20 minutes into the actual recording. But, yeah, so far, to pick everybody up on, in terms of what we've missed, Marcus is a writer who is writing about the history of the Flannan Isles, and I think she's staying at a abandoned lighthouse that has mysteriously been working for years, even though no one has been living there to take care of the lighthouse. So that's the basic premise of this story. This is your spoiler warning right here. From here on out, I'm just going to reveal everything that's happened so far, okay? So, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Alright, you've been warned. Turns out she has been hanging out with 3 ghosts. And the 3 ghosts are the ones that have been taking care of the lighthouse this whole time. And they're just these kind of jovial characters. They honestly feel like they came right out of a Shakespeare play, but they all have, like, heavy accents and stuff, which I'm going to absolutely destroy and not be able to imitate them whatsoever. But, someone from the Foundation came by and was like, hey, Marcus, you're out here and you're doing your writing and everything, and I think that's great, but you should join the Foundation, and here is your application. Just fill it out and we'll get you started. And Marcus is like, but I don't want to go to the Foundation right now. I need to finish this latest edition of my History of the Flannan Isles. People are waiting for it. And the Foundation's like, okay, but it's kind of a time limit on this. Like, there's... like, the offer's out right now, but it's not going to be out there forever, so... I don't know why there's a time limit, but apparently there's a time limit for joining the Foundation now. And then she kind of goes into a self-doubting depression spiral of, oh no, everyone hates me, especially because she gets a letter in the mail from the publishing company saying, hey, we got your latest copy, your latest manuscript, and can you change it so that it's more about those ghosts that you're living with, because our readers are really more interested in them than the actual history of the Isles. So she's like, they hate me. Actually, everybody hates me. Oh, I bet the Foundation guy hates me. And it was kind of adorable and pitiful, but funny at the same time. So there's that. But now the ghosts are trying to help her write something that involves them, but also the history of the Isles, and see if they can kind of get 2 birds with 1 stone. And it gets a little bit chaotic, and all the ghosts think that they have... ghost number 1 thinks their story is the best. Ghost number 2 thinks their story is the best. Ghost number 3 is like, well, I think my story is actually the best one, though. And They're arguing, and she's like trying to figure out how to get it all to work. Onward to part 4. I need to remind myself to drink some liquids. I must hydrate in between all of this. Blank pages folded and unfolded again and again. Her hands repeat this action unconsciously as Ms. Marcus murmurs anxiously to herself.
Theoretically...
My latest edition of History of the Flannan Isles should have been published in the Daydream Post yesterday. I know that if the editors weren't satisfied with the entry, it would have been rejected 2 days prior. But Mr. Thomas says we've received no letters at all as of yesterday. So it passed the editor's review. It must have. So I should let myself feel some relief. Thanks to the help of my ghostly friends, this latest edition covered some truly extraordinary topics and gave the readers an opportunity to better understand the Flannan Isles. Maybe it will even spur a tourism boom for the Flannan Isles. The local council will be very happy for it, I'm sure. And Ms. Donahue, well, she'll be Editor of the Year and get a substantial bonus for her tour of Europe. She provided me with so much help in writing History of the Isles, and in life more generally. She most certainly deserves this. I hope she will find time to send me a few new books during her trip. I've never had the chance to read the completed anthology of Story for Sarah. Mr. Elias is truly ingenious. Even just the few excerpts I have from his work have inspired me so much. She muses to herself, losing herself in the tranquil depths of her world of literature. Unfortunately, her moment of tranquility passes all too quickly.
Marcus.
Ms. Marcus, a whole platoon of postmen just got off the ferry. Somehow unperturbed by the panting ghost popping his head out through the wall, Marcus reaches the meaning behind his message in a sudden rising start.
What?
A platoon of postmen? Aye, a whole slew of them. Lads, and I think it must mean your new edition was a cracking success.
Maybe.
All those high-nosed hobnobs are probably planning to invite you to give lectures all over the world. Now don't go forgetting us with your sudden fame. Remember, it was your ghostly mates who got you here. Ms. Marcus rushes to her coat, and together they speed toward the island's mail drop-off. 3 ghastly gentlemen and the 1 gasping girl stand in front of the small mailbox, exchanging anxious looks.
Marcus.
Oh, ahoy, gentlemen. Ms. Marcus, the postman already came and went. Left as soon as they dropped off these letters. That's it? They don't ask for any local postcards, perhaps an autograph from the stars of the latest edition? Well, no. I suppose I don't want to spook them, since Ms. Marcus asked us not to.
Everyone?
Oh, aye, they were the ones spooked, eh? Just as well, lad. We'll need some time to adjust to our new lives as undead celebrities. Now stiffen up. Only landsman gets nervous over a little rising tide. These letters are all for me? The ghosts nod in unison. It can only be we, miss. You've most certainly written a fine piece. Only natural that it might bring about a bit of zealotry.
But...
Still, there's so many letters. After adjusting her scarf, in an attempt to cover the flush of her cheeks, she reaches over quickly for one of the letters. But as she opens it, the words within leave her painfully stunned. I want to apologize for my candor, writing to you as a fan of the much celebrated writer for History of the Flannan Isles. But I feel I must express my disappointment, not just for myself, but for the thousands of other readers now feeling equally deceived. When I first read your column, I was captivated by its vivid psychological descriptions and the detailed introductions, prompting me to buy issue after issue of the magazine and even recommend it to my friends and family. Yet, I see now you and your publisher have concocted a massive fraud, leading us in on a long con to rob us any satisfaction. Her hand freezes in place, unable or unwilling to turn the page. What? What the heck? The Daydream Post never stopped praising the upcoming edition of History of the Flannan Isles. They claimed it would finally lift the cloud of mystery looming over the Flannan Isles once and for all. I waited eagerly for almost a week for this vaunted new edition that was supposed to unveil all mysteries. Only for you to introduce some sad old captain with a ghost story, an overly foggy day, followed by some island-swallowing wave, and then a bit of old history about these 7 holy isles. And nothing else. You claim these ghosts have spent more than 12 years on this island, yet you still do not provide a shred of explanation concerning their disappearance, or why is it they became ghosts? You take the word of these ghosts at face value, but are their memories even reliable? Do they have any credible evidence? If these are truly ghosts, then why can't they tell us where their missing bodies are? How can you possibly prove this isn't just another arcanist rambling about her own fairy tales? You try to obfuscate the hard questions with these twisted yarns, but all you've done is create more mysteries, stretching them out like old taffy. But I see through it. You never had any intention to conclude this story. You've been stringing us along the whole time. You, madame, are nothing but a fraudster. Goodness gracious. Marcus stands still, her mouth agape, unable to make a sound. This letter is truly terrible. Maybe it's just a joke, just like the off pranks Captain James and Thomas sometimes play on me. No, steady on, wee Ms. Marcus. It's but a wide shot across the bow. Don't mistake it for a barrage. The rest of these are sure to be glowing reviews.
I agree.
Aye, the old foghorn's right. Every twee lass or lad thinks he's a critic these days. Let's leave it to professionals, eh? Where's that letter from Miss Dunhey? If anyone knows what way the wind's blowing, it'll be her. In a daze, Marcus rummages through the pile of letters as if seeking a life preserver in a stormy sea. Soon enough, she finds what she is looking for. Dear Miss Marcus, our illustrious writer for the History of the Flannan Isles column. Dear Miss Marcus, first, as a matter of business, I must admit that yesterday's issue of the Daydream Post featuring your History of the Isles was a tremendous sales success. Spurred on by the delay caused by your previous edition, it seems our journal was sold out within hours by your eager readers. But we'd only just started on the second printing before a group of frenzied readers stormed up to our office. They were waving their arms, shouting things like, "Refund, this is a fraud," and one particularly exuberant fellow claimed he'd be writing to the Prime Minister to report you. After communicating with them, we realized they were all loyal readers of History of the Flannan Isles. They called your History of the Isles a premeditated scam disguised as a documentary. They accused us of conspiring with you to deceive everyone. What absurd allegations! They even redirected their dissatisfaction with History of the Isles onto us, a small-time publishing house. To be perfectly candid, we did launch a significant promotional campaign before the release of this issue. However, it was not a hasty decision. It was out of our trust in you. You promised us in your submission that all your descriptions were based on the first-hand experiences of those directly involved. You are responsible for their authenticity. Regrettably, things have now developed beyond anyone's imagination. We believe that if you cannot sufficiently meet the reader's expectations in the next edition with a sensational conclusion or some sort of revealing of ultimate truth, otherwise you may need to consider a new pseudonym, or perhaps a change of subject beyond the Flannan Isles, or more simply, give up on the job altogether. We sincerely hope you consider our advice above. The bitter sting of the letter saps the strength from her legs, as she collapses slowly to the ground and into a heap. Good grief. People in reverse 1999 are stupid sometimes. The ghosts attempt as best they can to make out what the rest of the letters hold. It is despicable that you would abuse the sacred power of the pen to promote this bizarre so-called arcanum, and how much worse for its plodding, unconnected narrative. If anything at all of what you said was true, it would only mean our world had gone mad.
No.
Wrong letter, sorry lass. He feigns a soft bombing whistle as he tosses the letter aside.
Marcus.
Allow me, Miss Marcus. If my ears have proved of any use at all, it has been in discerning truth from slander. I wish to extend my congratulations to the author for what must have been a handsome fee you earned yourself with your talents, the chief of which must be in huckstering and forgery. I pray you'll fare well during the coming police interrogations for this fraud of an edition. Hopefully they'll be trained to make sense of this arcanist hat. Apologies, it seems wisdom does not always spring from age. I think maybe I found one that isn't quite so terrible. Really? Dear author, I wanted you to know that I fully understand the deep meaning behind this publication. It is crystal clear that you drew inspiration from the stories of Penelope and the Danaides as you prepared us for an endless tapestry and a bottomless bucket. I'm so glad to be able to bear witness to what you've created. A torture to the senses which has left me wishing to swap places with Tantalus himself. So long and good riddance to your interminable stories.
Sorry.
Sorry, Miss Marcus. I was never much for reading. Was that not good? Thank you all the same, Donald. She nods weakly toward Donald. Then, in a slow fall, to match the crashing waves against the shore, she collapses completely to the ground. Oh my. Hey, Bladed Pride! How are you doing? Welcome, welcome. We just started with the very first bit of the stuff I hadn't read yet. I already did these 3 parts of Marcus's story before stream, but we just did stage 4. There's 8 in total. Yep. Hope you're doing okay today. In between each part, I'm going to be doing one of these little stages here. Pretty peachy for the moment. How are you doing? I'm doing good. I'm so happy to be streaming again. It's been a while. It's been like a week since I had a real stream. I tried to do like a little bit of a stream on Friday just on my iPad because I didn't want to turn my computer on because it was so hot. But even that one, I just felt so tired. Just kind of was like, nah, let's not. Let's just call it at 30 minutes. And that's all I did last week. It was just so hot here because of painting outside, meaning that the windows were taped up. We couldn't have our AC running. But that's finally done. Got the AC going. Oofta. And then yesterday I was just really tired from traveling over the weekend. I also was not able to get medication that I was supposed to get last Friday, and I had to wait until Monday to get it. So that was rough. Indeed, it was a while. I was wondering what happened to the best little robot. Aw, thank you for thinking of me. I put up a little bit of explanation on my Twitter, so if anyone wants to follow me there, definitely do that. I'm ShinyBotTV on Twitter or X. I don't always put up updates, but that time I was like, yeah, I need to like let people know what's going on. Let's use Sotheby.
Let's have a party then.
I don't have Sotheby, so I just feel like I want to use her. So after all of that stress over the last 6 or 7 days, I just wanted to stream finally, so I finally am. So the isn't going to be fun to play. I mean, I just like trying something different. I already played her for the first bit. We'll see how it goes this time. Surely had a rough time, but I'm glad to hear you're doing fine. Yeah, I'm on the mend now. I'm feeling so much more normal today than the last 4 or 5 days. So it's a huge relief to actually be back to normal, basically. Wait a second. Oh, this is Marcus's signature side tube. After the carrier casts a rank 2 or 3 incantation, damage dealt plus 1%, 2%, stacking up to 8%. Ah. When the carrier consumes 2 or more Eureka within a round, gain incantation might plus 10%. I still need to figure out exactly how Marcus works. Let's see. She puts annotate on the enemy, and then stuff happens. Oh, when that enemy takes action, we get Eureka plus 1, and cool. And you get Moxie from doing 2 or 3 incantation. Pretty great. And I remember about Sotheby where her health or her healing card is really a buff card, not a healing card. And then she does poison on characters, and then this is... Oh yeah, it like triggers... It triggers poison and cure. Okay, I get it. I'll give it a try and see how it goes.
I'll do my best.
Because I don't have Sotheby and I just want a chance to play characters I don't have.
Copy that. What's this? Or this one? Crickets and fireworks! The ingredient store owner said it was very effective. Please believe me. Where were the bodyguards?
Let's see. The disarm really is rough. I wonder what you'll be cooking today in reverse. Yeah, like I said, just playing the Marcus story and doing these combat stages in between each part. Is this mass? It is a mass attack. Well... I'm gonna do this and hope I get less unonly cards. Yeah, okay, good. But now I've only got... That's unfortunate. Golly. I'm actually... What are the other options for characters? I remember I did the observation stage last night. Sotheby's the only healer that they provide as a assist. Oh, you're right, it's P2! I didn't notice that 6 was P2. Oh my goodness. Tell me more. Okay. You can spend 5 Eureka to deal increased mental damage. Oh. What? Huh. I don't know if I like this. Because, like, it'd be nice to save up all the Eureka I have for the ult and spend 6 of them for the ult to do more damage, but... Oh, the revelation is the ult! Oh my gosh. So it brings the ult down from 6 to 5. Of course, that's why people were saying P1 was so good. I completely forgot. What would happen if I just ran 6 and didn't have a healer? Does Marcus have any, like, leech rate things? No, not really. Druvis does. Ah. That could be interesting.
Let's go where trees and grass
DPS
grow.
6. We could give it a try.
I'll do my best.
Demeanor. After attacking with a rank 1, 2, 3 basic incantation, cause the target to lose 1 through 7 stacks of demeanor. How do... I guess the enemies have some kind of passive demeanor generating thingy. When entering battle, gain 10 stacks of demeanor. Oh! So that one. Alrighty. It all becomes clear.
Moment of utterance.
I wish I had this incantation at level 2 so I could petrify one of these ads, but oh well. Actually, no. Okay, let's start with this,
Or
then
this one.
do
Useful?
this.
I can't make it. It turns gray.
And now I can do this. And... oh. I would like to have another Marcus card, thank you very much. Not quite what I wanted still.
The moment of utterance. Learn from silence.
You need to work.
Alright, here we go. So, what are we at here? Demeanor's at 2 stacks.
Or this one.
The moment of silence.
Useful?
Benefit from reading.
To read.
Frost tooth and armor of the forest.
There's the leech rate, okay.
Did I miss something?
Alright. And then this... stack of preparation. Marcus, grant +2 Eureka to self. Remind me what preparation Marcus does. At the start of the next round, generate 1 rank 1 precast incantation. Reading class. Reading class is this one. Okay. It's not this one, but that's still cool. Precast card. Nice. Okay. Let's do this, and this. And then we'll have a Petrify card next round.
Now it's easier to understand.
Marcus! Oh, this looks so good on the PC.
Time to turn the page.
Nice! Nice! Look at her go. Oh my gosh. Not bad at all. Wow. Yay! You love to see it. Okay. Can I get rid of this little one? I bet. Let's do this. And then buff Druvis, and then do this. Very nice animation indeed, yeah.
Has tilted. The balance needs.
I ended up skipping Marcus, the one that did the book animation just now, because there are upcoming strong characters that I must save for. Many. Alright, I'm liking this double DPS team. This is actually pretty fun. I was a little bit scared at first, but now I'm sold. I want more 6 cards. Please. Alright. And what have we got here? Okay, just a shield.
The moment of silence.
Oh, this one already has weakness. So maybe... this, and...
Are we really doing
this, I
Till the
guess?
torch is lit.
Brought you the armor before.
So good. I did finally, I actually built my Druvis.
Stay balanced.
She's like Resonance 10, I think. Alright, let's do this. And I'll turn down the animation so it's nice and slow. We get to see it in all of its awesome glory.
Moment of utterance.
You can do this, Marcus. Or this one.
We walk
Alright,
along that.
let's see how it looks.
And now it's easier to understand.
Whee! It's so pretty.
Victory secured. I should excuse myself.
Once again, I need to stop being afraid of doing stages without dedicated healers. For me, it's more like Marcus constrains your team too much. I see. I'll need to play her more to really get the feel for how that would work, but I can understand that. I imagine she's very AP hungry, perhaps? I imagine that might be the case. I need to figure out, like, what to be spending my activity on right now, because I have a lot of things.
Let me see it.
Hello, TTT. You're way down there.
Hey, you.
She ran away. There she is. These look really cool. No, you're limited to plant, spirit, and intellect units only. Okay, let me see.
I have to say, stars climb. 'Cause
When entering battle, if there are 3 or more plant, spirit, and or intelligence allies. That's why they gave us like 6 and Druvis and stuff. I see. Gain the perusal status. Which makes it so that you get Moxie every time you cast 2 or 3 rank incantations. Alright. At least it's plant or intelligence or spirit, as opposed to like Gutian. Oh wait, no, Gutian is anybody who's reality damage. Yeah, that'd be better. I wish Marcus was like any reality damage teammates or any mental damage teammates or whatever it is. What damage does she do? Mental? Mental. It'd be cool if she could just be like if you have a team with 3 or more mental damage teammates or something like that. I feel like that would be ideal. Oh my gosh. I've been at this for an hour. I'm gonna get up and take a break and be smart about it. Wait, that just starts it. No! Alright, let's just leave it as is. And I will be back in a few minutes. I'm gonna get up, stretch, get a drink something, use the restroom, and I'll be right back after that. I suggest y'all do the same. We can get back to part 5 of Marcus's story to finish off this fine patch 1.7 that we've been enjoying. I'll be right back. Hello? Why is my mic on? And, oh goodness. Yeah, I knew it. It's because I bonked the cord from my microphone. I remember having this issue last time I streamed as well. And every time I bonk the microphone, it kind of cuts out, and then my PNGTuber gets confused and switches off of the mic, and my PNGTuber stops moving. Ugh, goodness gracious. Anyway, here we are. We have returned. I just remembered that I have Toblerone, so I went downstairs to get my Toblerone. If you haven't had Toblerone before, it's pretty good. I think I like it anyway. You might want to try it out. It's like these little triangular chunks of chocolate all in a long log. You just break off one triangle at a time and you eat the triangle of chocolate. And it has little bits of nougat in it. I quite like it. So I might nibble on this here and there. But I don't want people to have to listen to me with my mouth full. So I will try to do it in moderation. Anyway, let's get going. Let's make this happen. I would love to finish this story today. Get ready for Marcus story part 5 out of 8. Sounds delicious. Yes, I think it's quite good. It's basically just eating chocolate, but you get little bits of nougat every here and there. So that's pretty good. And I think it's from Europe, maybe. It might originally come from Europe, I think. At least the marketing makes it look like it's supposed to be some kind of traditional European snack or something. But who knows? You know how marketing is. They'll try to, like, make it look all like, oh, this is homemade chocolate by a granny from Poland, and and that makes it good. And turns out it's like just a factory-made thing that got bought, 40 years ago or something like that. Yeah, I can tell. All right. I do know that this chocolate has existed at least for 20 years. Because the packaging has not changed in 20 years. My husband would buy it for me when we were going out in college. Let's get started. The ghosts clump together anxiously in the dim room. Marcus sits up in bed after a struggle, the harrowing words and those letters still writhing through her, all coming together in a catastrophic clash of anxiety, dread, and helplessness. We are seated. That emote is so cute. I love it. Whatever that emote is, it's cute. The nearby voices grow louder. Wait, voices? Where? Dragging her out from one kind of havoc to the next. Did these losers actually show up on the island to complain at her directly? I'm dreadfully sorry, lass. Let's get on to the righting the ship. We can't bilge the water if we can't find the holes. It's evident to me that our failure must be laid on Mr. Thomas. It's very clear it was his far-fetched tale that set your readers off. Oh lord, they're gonna start fighting with each other again. I can't imagine anyone wasting their precious time reading something so bizarre and fanciful, the likes of which surely spoiled many an afternoon tea. He crosses his arms, turning with a vexed expression to his compatriot.
No.
Oh, it was my part, eh? Here and I thought the captain goes down with the ship.
In fact...
Didn't you hear what the wee miss had to say? Her readers want positivity and progress, not ancient prattle. It was your bit what steered us onto the rocks. Those yarns of yours were so long, they'd not fit in my granny's attic. I'm trying to change the words as I read so that I don't have to sound like a really bad American voice or something. I don't know. Miss Marcus's readers probably nodded off halfway through. Oh, aye, whine all you like. What do you know of storytelling, eh? I'll bet you don't even know your Shakespeare from your Shelley. Oh, that's great. Your Shakespeare from your Shelley. Like Mary Shelley, the author of Frankenstein. James's translucent face turns red with anger, his mustache bristling. Stop, please, both of you.
Sirs,
Please, calm down, gentlemen. Let's hear what Donald has to say.
Sorry.
Well, I don't mean to speak out of turn, but lying is a worse sin, so speak I must. I reckon it was both of your stories that did this. Captain, your story was nothing more than a chance for you to show off. You distorted the truth, even when it went against what Thomas described.
But...
I think that our story, Ms. Marcus's work, I mean, it should have focused on the mysteries of the Flannan Isles themselves.
That's right.
Well said, Donald. And you,
But...
Thomas, your story had just as many mistakes, just of a different sort. You did exactly what Ms. Marcus readers say they hated. You gave her story with mysteries, aye, but no ending. How could anyone be happy with that? I just said what I knew, nothing more. No lies, no reservations. 12 years and more, we've been on this island, still you both know nothing about this place, about anything. And you don't have at least the wits to trust someone with experience.
Marcus.
Actually, Ms. Marcus, I'm afraid, well, maybe this isn't our fault entirely either. You're blaming me? Well, blame, no. Only you were the one who wrote down our stories. We're not writers, miss. We don't know what bits are important, or how to finish the story. Maybe your readers are angry for good reason. Maybe you should have based the edition on what I said about the 7 Holy Isles and the Pygmies. Then you could have given them a proper investigation, something to really talk about. So now we see, Donald. If only we'd listened to you, eh? Not so noble now. Face it, lad, that story of yours was weaker than watered-down whiskey.
Great.
Thomas is right, laddie. Though only in so much as they say about broken clocks. The truth of the matter is clear, lads. That we should have only used my story.
Excuse me.
Oh, aye, and what makes you say that?
no, it's not right.
I had to take a bite of the Toblerone. I couldn't stop myself. Num num num. Please stop. The spirited voices of their heated quarrel engulf the entire room. In her despair, Marcus begins to question herself. When exactly did this story of mine turn into a catastrophe? Was it when the deluge of angry letters arrived? Was it when I submitted the revised manuscript? Or was it when I hesitated to choose between their stories?
Can I do it?
Maybe I'm not truly cut out for this job. When I began writing, I wanted to record everything. Every piece of knowledge, especially those lesser-known facts. Things that might be lost in time, that might go silent if I wasn't there. Stories that could be exquisite, delicate, captivating, or at least relatable. But what has all that work brought me? As Marcus closes her eyes, agonizing memories flash over the theater of her mind mercilessly. Her dream seems to be pulling further and further away from her. I dreamed that my work would help humankind to understand and accept Arcanum. But now, my column is being bashed by my once loyal readers. They even stormed the Daydream Post. Poor Mrs. Dennehy must have lost her chance at the Editor of the Year award.
Perhaps.
Oh, what if this leads the entire community to distrust any future writing related to Arcanum? Or worse, those who still read them might become labeled as occultists or lunatics. She's doing it again. She's doing this depression spiral. No, Marcus! Then human society's discrimination against Arcanists might grow even more severe. Not just in the Flannan Isles. No, maybe against the entire Arcanist world. And I will be the catalyst whose horrible writing divided our two races even further. Didn't she have a similar moment during the main story where she, like, oh man, it's been a while since I read the main story. Now I can't remember what happened, but she basically made some kind of recommendation to a character who turned out to be evil, and she started blaming herself for it. Oh, I can't remember what it was exactly, but oh boy.
It's all my fault.
No, it's not, girl. Marcus covers her face with her palms, but no amount of self-pity can drown out the squabbling spirits. I only hoped to alleviate their loneliness by reading this island and documenting its stories. I just wanted to share them with the world.
Why?
But now, these ghostly gentlemen, protagonists in my latest disaster, are tearing into one another before my eyes. My writing didn't bring them happiness. It intensified their misfortune.
No.
Goodness gracious, girl! Aww. I agree, Bladed Pride. Lordy have mercy. But all I wanted to do was tell a fascinating story. She lets out a loud cry from her corner, hoping to silence the continual bickering even for a moment. Now I'm feeling bad. I know, like, she's so pitiful, but it's also like, girl, you feel like that? You really feel like that? That's terrible. To her surprise, the argument stops indeed. Well, of course it would. Did that actually work?
Hey!
Oi. Pick yourself up, Marcus. Someone's at the door. Oh, someone's knocking? Okay. I'm gonna take another bite. The girl comes back to her senses, pulling herself to the door by will alone. This is a weird background to change to, but okay. They should have used the outside shot on the hill with the lighthouse in the background. A figure, at once familiar and strange, stands before her.
Good to see you, Miss Marcus.
Oh my god! I'm not okay! I'm not okay, you guys! Oh, man. It's Hoffman! Spoilers for Chapter 6 of the main story of Reverse 1999, okay? I'm about to say some spoilers, a big spoiler, okay? Really big spoiler for Chapter 6 of the main story of Reverse 1999. 3, 2, 1, okay? Hoffman dies at the end of Chapter 6, and it is a rough death also. Like, she gets poisoned, and she gets shot, and she dies in front of Marcus, and Marcus is like, it's my fault, and it's just, So this is what they do in the game is they release the main story first, and then they also release a companion story that is generally meant to be like a backstory for the character. So this is Hoffman meeting Marcus for the first time. And then after this point, Marcus becomes her apprentice, I guess you would say. So, oh my lord. Honestly, Hoffman was a lot of people's favorite part about Chapter 6. And here she is. I can confirm she is not a playable character, sadly, even though she looks really cool. I'm gonna try to do her justice, and I don't know if I can slip in a little bit of German-sounding sounds here and there, but we'll see. Good morning, madame. My name is Hoffman, and I've come a long way to see you. Oh, that was the end. Ah! Of course it is. Of course they would end it right there. Oh my gosh. Of course that's what they would do to us. Ah, lordy. She's such a good character. I wonder if I should keep doing that DPS, double DPS strat that I did last time. I guess it depends. What they do is they do... You can see here. There's observation and there's deduction. And usually the observation is the easier version, and then deduction is the harder version of the same enemies. Eating chocolate. Nom nom nom. Golly. I'm so upset. Of course they made Hoffman a really cool character. She's just this stoic German lady. But she, like, cares so much. And she's really serious about how much she cares. And it's just, you can't not love her. Oh boy. Maybe I should put up a tag. Maybe I should I put a spoiler warning thingy? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I have room for one more tag here. Spoilers for... Let's see. Spoilers for main story. Something like that. And hopefully that'll show up if I refresh my stream manager and if everybody else refreshes Twitch. I just put spoilers for main story, and I feel like that's fair. Because Hoffman is probably going to be in the whole rest of this story thing here. Now that I have this chocolate here, I'm just going to be eating it the whole time. Ah! Okay, so these enemies are gonna inflict some debuffs on us. So I should probably have 6 at the very least.
Are you seeking my service?
Or maybe... Well, Marcus really wants to have plant, spirit, or intelligent characters on her team, so maybe I'll run with this? We'll try this out. See how this goes.
It's an honor to meet you.
Alright, try to beat this in 10 minutes, and then we'll be on schedule to do the entire Marcus story. Okay. Let's do this,
Moments of utterance.
and
It is
this.
here. Time to turn the page.
Turn this up so it's back to sped up version of the battle.
Careful with the pages.
Is this the I'm polite? Right. When being attacked by refined carbuncles, take additional Genesis damage. Are those some sort of cats? These are called carbuncles in this game. In this patch, they have been given a top hat and mustache. but other times they just look normal without the mustaches or top hats or bows or anything. Oh, group bunkle. I think they've been called that in the past, and I just didn't notice, perhaps. But, yeah, it's a carbuncle. And they do have cat ears under the hat there. How stylish, for sure. Indeed, indubitably. Let's see here. And these aren't dispellable? Oh, they are dispellable. I'm gonna dispel it off of Isolde because she's very dainty and fragile.
A moment of utterance.
Or this one.
Until the torch is lit. Learn from silence.
Transcribe.
Oh, I thought I was gonna get rid of that group bunkle, but maybe not. I'll get rid of it now. Okay. Unlucky! Oh, wait a second. Oh, I see. Yeah, we'll just do that. And not use it right away. Okay, what should I do here? Let's do this, just so she gets a little bit more defensive support. Whether that's healing or otherwise. There we go, okay.
Did I miss something?
Alright. This, and this.
Promise to speak of truth.
Now it's easier to understand.
The scale of your soul has tilted. The balance needs to be restored. Victory secured.
Yes!
I should excuse
There we go.
myself.
There's that ending note that I wanted to hear. The ending, I don't know what to call it. Ending measure. Da-da. Da-da-da. Alright, 6, 7, 8. Just out of curiosity, I want to see if I have enough stuff to get this the rest of the way to level 59, because I like to be able to do all of it at once. No, not quite. Not quite. Still have to do a little bit more. That's fine. It is a nice ending. It's honestly my favorite part of that battle music is the ending of it. Alright. Onwards to part 6 of 8 of the Tall Lighthouse. And once again, a warning to everyone watching, we're gonna mention spoilers for main story because of things. Because of things. We'll just leave it like that. So make sure that if you haven't finished chapter 6 all the way through, maybe just put the stream on mute or something like that. You do you. Oh, here we go. Oh my gosh. The figure of a woman dressed in a long brown coat walks ahead at a steady pace, followed by the nervous young lady. I don't know what it is, but long brown coats also just make me nostalgic, because I have so many favorite characters that have long brown coats.
Excuse me?
Are you from the Foundation?
Yes.
It seems I will be able to skip my introduction. Hoffman nods, seemingly ignoring or neglecting the panic in Marcus's tone.
Sorry.
Sorry for having made you come all this way. I will respond to the Foundation as soon as possible. I promise. Hoffman halts her steps and turns around. Her puzzled gaze accurately catches Marcus's evasive eyes.
Mm-hmm.
The Foundation's application has been approved by the local government. From today onward, a small portion of this archipelago will be set aside for our use as an experimentation site. Experiments?
Yes.
For an upcoming observation project, jointly operated between the Foundation and the place. It involves a new Arcanist theory. Am I not supposed to know about this? Marcus takes a few steps back with a flinch.
No problem.
No, it's not confidential. The place does not intend to keep its work here a secret. Observation project. The place. Emerging Arcanist theory?
I got it!
Oh, I think I've read about this before. The study of ley lines?
Yes.
Correct. Laplace published the theory in their second edition of the Frontier of Time's Journal. Just some basic introductions, of course, nothing monumental. Hoffman nods, nonplussed by Marcus's breadth of reading. The Foundation will be responsible for this project's application procedures and field confirmation. Of course, we will aim to minimize any impacts on the natural surroundings as much as possible. She turns around to look at the solitary tower perched on the cliff. Should you or they have any concerns, please contact our Eileen CR branch for further assistance. So, you are not here about my investigation? My sole task here is to survey the Flannan Isles. I have no time nor inclination to meddle in the affairs of some unregistered arcanist. The lingering specter of the other investigator finally fades from her mind.
Of course.
My visit is not part of any assigned mission. I see.
This is out of my own interest, as a reader.
She's a fan? Oh, that's so cute!
What?
Oh! You read my column?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, from the very edition to the very latest. I must say they have been very informative. The horrifying letters from before seem to have grown wings, ready to swarm Marcus once more. She bows her head as if awaiting the imminent drop of a guillotine. Oh no, she's thinking... No! She's like, oh my god, she hates me. Out of curiosity, I went through the trouble of finding some of your earlier works. You have covered a wide range of topics in great detail. Unfortunately, it seemed the space provided to you by your magazine has been, till now, quite limited. Oh, those... They weren't much. Just a few jottings, really. I thought nobody remembered them. Though her body feels stiff, Marcus forces out an awkward smile. Arcanum and Lighthouse Lens Maintenance. Do you remember this article? That was my first submission after arriving in the Flannan Isles from Romania. Hoffman nods, indifferent to the nearly overwhelming blush on Marcus's cheeks. The way you relayed the specifics of lighthouse keeping with such great enthusiasm, it was as if you felt it had something to offer to every reader. The internal structure, differences in lighthouse design in various locales, the evolution of light sources, advances in lamp maintenance, even the ideal number of lighthouse keepers.
Frankly,
I found it perhaps a little overwrought, but still undoubtedly worth reading. I'm sorry... Huh?
well, if...
Dear friends, imagine a flame that requires no fuel, immune to extinguishing no matter of cold wind or heavy rain, and shines bright enough to illuminate the sea even through the thickest of fog. Might we then be able to save on nearly a century's worth of gas or electricity expenses, and redirect those funds to more pressing matters? As it happens, on a small island surrounded by warm waters, there exists just such fiery critters. These docile and nocturnal creatures could well be suitable for use as endlessly reproducible light sources. There were many more descriptions like this. I'm surprised you remember them so well, Madam Hoffman.
Miss Marcus.
Ms. Marcus, you must understand one thing. Though discrimination against Arcanus has become less severe in our era, it remains, for most humans, an ingrained habit. One that won't change overnight.
Why are you still trying to introduce Arcanum to the human world you're not familiar with?
Oh. Huh. Marcus falls silent for a while, her previous blush turning into a cold sweat. Her unspoken thoughts, aspirations as a writer, and her inner struggles. It felt as though this Hoffman saw through them all. Yet, feeling as though she had been spared the headman's axe for today at least, she raised her eyes upwards. I suppose that's a valid question. Perhaps I'm too naive.
In fact,
For me, I've always seen the world as just a kind of puzzle book. Perplexing riddles, obscure words, and bewildering images. One I was happy to keep at a distance, even if it had many pleasant aspects. Human science, progressive ideologies, Arcanus sports, various newly discovered critters, and many, many more. I wanted to share those things, the pleasant ones. They deserve to be known by more people, whether humans or Arcanus. Her voice is trembling, yet grows more resolute on each word.
if I keep reading, I'll eventually find the answers to everything. I can introduce human arts and crafts to the Arcanists and demystify Arcanist fables and legends for the humans. I'll be the bridge between humans and Arcanists, helping them understand one another.
Aww. How can you not love this girl?
Oh dear.
Did I say all that out loud? She awkwardly gasps, trying to take in a great puff of the fresh sea air, her face flushing red from ear to ear. Still, a gentle but intentional clap of applause follows.
That is a great aspiration, Miss Marcus. The
Foundation has been working toward the very same goal. Thank you for your kind words, Madam Hoffman. Yet, the catastrophe flashes through her mind once more, plunging her back into cold reality.
In fact,
She seems so innocent. I know, right? She's really, pure-hearted and... goodness gracious. She's so pure-hearted, but she's so hard on herself, too. Only, it seems my writing has done nothing but push me further from my goal. Not only have I failed to demystify Arcanum, I failed my publisher's expectation and my readers. I couldn't even write a serviceable story. Ah, do you mean this edition? Hoffman produces a folded magazine. The images of the Flannan Isles on it coldly clutch at Marcus's heart. You didn't throw it away?
You underestimate yourself, Miss Marcus. The story isn't as hopeless as you think.
I don't quite understand what you mean. Her breath quickens. Madam Hoffman, are you saying that I might still be able to turn this story around?
The readers.
Humans often read things differently from Arcanus. What Arcanus consider perspicuous? Perspicuous? I don't think I've seen that word before. What Arcanists consider perspicuous may, on the contrary, read as unfathomable to humans. Compared to the wild, divergent way of thinking of Arcanus, humans are more inclined toward concrete conclusions backed by hard evidence. After arriving here, I quickly grasped the gap in thinking between yourself and the human readers of history of the Flannan Isles. To begin with, just how many people do you think are aware of the existence of ghosts? Marcus stops in place as she goes over Hoffman's unexpectedly stunning question. Well, I understand the story of the Brown Lady of Ranham Hall is widespread. Many people have tried to find her. Meanwhile, the ghosts of the Graham Mansion are probably only known to the Scottish people. The White Lady is quite famous in Germany, but people mostly tell her stories to scare children.
Good.
Ah, so now you see it, don't you, Miss Marcus? History of the Flannan Isles was published in the Daydream Post historical column. For most of its audience, the existence of ghosts is beyond far-fetched. For you to adapt the stories of 3 ghosts without ever taking the time to explain the ghosts themselves to your readers, well, is it any wonder so many doubted you?
The readers.
Your readers couldn't see and understand your ghost friends as you do, nor could they realize these ghosts were nearly as equally about the truth of the Flannan Isles as anyone else. I'm kind of trying to do more of an accent and also failing,
The readers
but
followed
whatever.
the ghosts throughout the story, but never got to know them. They also couldn't fully understand the parts on Arcanum. The readers didn't feel engaged.
Hoffman puts away the magazine. You're right. I kept saying that I wanted humans and Arcanists to understand one another, that I wanted to bring readers a more profound experience. But in doing so, I overlooked the obvious. How did I let this happen? A strong sense of regret surges up to her throat involuntarily. Humans are often unable to sense the subtle folds in emotions. They are confined by their rational senses. On the other hand, Arcanists can just as easily be trapped by their emotions, overlooking the obvious, as you say. So,
Don't blame yourself for this.
a touch of warmth reaches Marcus's shoulder. Marcus lifts her head blankly, not yet realizing that Hoffman picked up her pen from the ground. This song right here is like one of my favorite background tracks for this game. Every time it gets used in the story is always such a good moment, and this is definitely one of them.
As an Arcanist, you can read the intricacies of the world that others would easily miss. But that is also the problem. Human readers are more used to sifting through clues and details to make logical sense of the story. They also like to simplify things and draw a single conclusion. I think
If you would permit me to offer some editorial advice for your history of the Flannan Isles, I have a suggestion.
But
Please tell me.
you need to find some answers of your own.
Conclusions of my own? I think you yourself do not yet know all the mysteries of the Flannan Isles. But do you believe you can unravel all the truths about this place? No, I don't think I can. Perhaps creating this column was a mistake after all.
No.
No, Ms. Marcus. Not knowing the truth is nothing at all to be ashamed of. Rationality drives us to understand reality as we see it. Curiosity adds us in searching for the puzzles yet to be solved. Both of them must be the fuels that power your writing. I thought a writer should be absolutely certain about everything they write. If my readers want conclusions, how could they accept that there are puzzles that even I cannot solve? I think they will, if you offer them the chance. They will understand your confusion and curiosity, as well as your passion for trying to unravel these mysteries. Whether you find the truth or not, it is the journey that keeps us engaged. What they need is an exhilarating experience from the perspective of an Arcanist.
can I do it?
Spark their curiosity with puzzles I've still left unsolved. Do you think my story could really do that? Can I really inspire them to seek the truth themselves?
Maybe.
Perhaps. To seek the truth is a long journey, but still.
When we bravely admit that truth doesn't always exist, we find another truth, and this courage deserves respect.
The sun isn't any brighter than usual, nestled under the blanket of cloudy sea air. but its dazzling warmth still seems to scorch her for the first time in a long time.
Madam Hoffman?
Madame Hoffman didn't stay long, but she left behind a journal filled with her comments and suggestions, and an address as concise as she was. To a nameless small island near the Flennon Isles, where Madame Hoffman said she will continue her work for a few weeks before returning to the Foundation. She also spoke with me about joining the Foundation before she left. But for the time being, I still felt I had more pressing matters to attend to. I picked up my pen and courage again to face up to my catastrophe and overcome it. I took Madame Hoffman's advice to heart. My writing was no longer crammed with every detail until I began to scribble in the margins and between the rows. This revision was, quite frankly, an extensive overhaul. The gentleman ghost voiced some over-eager protest despite my repeated apologies. But Madame Hoffman's comments and suggestions instilled great courage in me. And finally, I completed it. Marcus! Marcus! We love Marcus. I did my best. I felt like I was finding a rhythm somewhere in there, and then I started being like, well, maybe if I can do that, I can do this. I can start doing the z, and then it started falling apart. Oh, so that was part 6, so I should do this part. Here we go. Chocolate time. Man, that was lovely. Hoffman's the best. I love Hoffman so much. Marcus, you cinnamon roll. Yes! Marcus truly is a cinnamon roll.
Watch your step. Books are everywhere. And if you step on them, that hurts me.
Oh my gosh! Marcus, I would never want to hurt you. There she is. That's what her I2 unlocked art looks like. I love the outfit. Chewing on the chocolate. Chewing on the chocolate. What did I use last time?
Are you seeking my service?
Right. Something like this. Maybe I should do the double DPS thing.
Let's go.
Let's do that.
Grass grow.
I mean, obviously, Isolde is also kind of a DPS, but I want a DPS that can do damage right away. That's the way I'm thinking about it. Okay, and how does demeanor work? Oh, I know, it's this thing. Okay, after attacking with a rank 1, 2, or 3 basic incantation, cause the target to lose 1, 3, or 7 stacks of demeanor. Right, okay. Let's do this.
Moments of utterance.
Or
And that.
I can't read it. Did I miss something?
It's so nice to have this story after Isolde's character story from the first half of the patch. That was rough. I don't know if all of you were here for that, but man, oh man, was it rough to read. Just sad things left and right.
Are we really doing this?
We walk in long nights.
I still feel like I'm digesting all of Isolde's story because it was just so much. It was a lot.
A moment of utterance.
I'm gonna do this. I don't know. I want Marcus to have more cards. Here we go. Unfortunately, I can't cast them right away. But it's something.
A moment of silence.
Let's see
A
here.
moment of utterance.
Maybe I'll just do it anyway. It's fine.
We
At
walk
least
in
she'll
long
have her
nights.
ult ready next turn.
Learn from silence.
Time to turn the page. Did I miss something?
Ugh.
Nice. That's much better. Okay. Let's do this.
Times to speak of truth.
And then give
Moment of
6 another
silence.
buff. Hopefully he'll get vitalized and he'll get some health back. And then we'll use
You
this.
can do this, Marcus.
The scale of your soul has tilted. The balance needs to be restored.
Once I'm done with this fight, I think I'm gonna do like a really quick...
Now it's easier to understand.
No, I'm gonna do that at the end, I think. I think I'm gonna make sure I have time at the end and we can check out the Extreme Talent video for the next 6-star that's coming later this week. Vila! And that can be the hype that we're doing. Because I promised hype! I promised hype! For the upcoming patch 1.8. Let's do
Or
this.
this one. Are we really doing this?
And I don't know. Another one of these.
Great. No mistakes.
Good. Oh, that's it.
Victory
There were
secured.
still 2 enemies
I
left,
should
but
excuse
apparently as
myself.
long as you beat the big bad guy in the front, then the rest of them all crumble into dust. Okay. What do I get as a present? Give me a present. I get a prophetic bird. Okay. This is just another one of those rare materials you need to build up your characters and all that fun stuff. Do-do-do, do-do-do. Okay. Good stuff. It's so good. Man, I'm sad that I won't be pulling for Marcus, because she really is a good egg. She is a truly good egg. I have fallen in love with her completely, absolutely. But I only have like 67 pulls, and we are heading into a lot of strong characters that I'm gonna need. Shiny, I'm a burb. And I collect good eggs, is that what's going on here? I collect good eggs. The best eggs. It really is interesting trying to imitate an accent because your brain can only focus on so many things to pronounce a certain way as you're reading at a time. So like I wanted to get the tone of Hoffman's voice right. I wanted to have a nice low tone, because that's what the tone of her voice is. I also wanted to add a little bit of scratchiness to my voice, because she has a little bit of scratchiness. And then I was like, I think I could pull off a little bit of a more, like, European sounding accent, and then it kind of turned British, and it's like, okay, that's closer than an American accent. And then I was like, but it's still just British. She's not British, she's German. I need to make her sound German. And then I started adding the Z sound to all the THs, and then it became too much to keep track of. You get overwhelmed. And that's why, if someone's not 100% spot on with their impersonation of someone else's voice, you should always just, instead of listening to the details, like the specifics of how they sound, listen to the emotion of it. And I think that's one of the most important parts. Those are my 2 cents. Alright, I'm just gonna do one of these runs real quick, knock it out so I don't cap my activity, because that's not cool to do. Oh yeah, this is what they normally look like, the carbuncles. It kind of has cat ears. See, it's kind of a similar shape. And the big one is always standing on top of something, like a car or something else. And they're so cute, I can't even complain that they're reusing models. I cannot complain.
It's time to say goodbye.
Alrighty.
I have to
Alright,
say,
I'm just gonna do a
stars
really
flying as
fast
are all organisms of the
get up and stretch thing, and I'll be right back. So this will be like 2 minutes, honestly, and I'll be right back into this. Right here. There we go. So, be right back. There we go. Be right back. Okay. Nice and quick break. And I didn't bump my microphone. Woohoo! Alright. We are now going to read/listen to the final 2 parts of The Tall Lighthouse, which is Marcus's character story. I am... Oh, award speech? What? Ooh. Exciting, exciting, exciting! Now, what else? I wonder, let's see, is there anything else that was brought up during main story when Marcus was talking about herself? She just talks about how she's from Romania originally. I feel like there was something specific she brought up, but now my mind is blanking, so I don't know. Okay, I'm ready, and if y'all ready, let's get started with part 7 of 8, award speech. The lighthouse illuminates its surroundings, faithful and steady as always. The waves lash against the rocky shore, and the 3 ghostly gentlemen are in the midst of a merry uproar. Oh, I bet she did win an award. A soothing sea breeze brushes past Marcus like a long-lost friend. Oh, did she go out? Did she, like, go and come back after getting an award? Everything before her is familiar, yet surreal.
Sirs,
So, gentlemen, have you stopped arguing?
Hey!
Look who's here, mates, and the lass a sight for dead eyes. Not sore eyes, but dead eyes. This, for those who are not fluent in English, there's a saying, sight for sore eyes. And it basically means seeing someone who you're really happy to see because you're really tired, and seeing them just kind of perked you up. So you're a sight for sore eyes, but in his case, it's a sight for dead eyes, because he's a ghost. The 3 surround Marcus with a delicate kindness, as if encircling a flower that has all finally bloomed. That's so cute! That's such a cute description! I swear the writing in this game. We thought you might not want to be friends with us after all our arguing.
sorry.
No, I'm sorry. It was only that it took a little extra time for me to prepare the new edition for my History of the Flannan Isles. Ronin Otaku Night, welcome! I remember you. Welcome, welcome. Happy that you're joining us. We are now on part 7 out of 8 of The Tall Lighthouse, which is Marcus's story. And just a warning, I put up a tag, but we are allowing spoilers for the main story. So all the way through chapter 6. Although the portion that had spoilers, I think we've already gotten past it, so. I mean, and to be clear, there weren't any spoilers in Marcus's story. I just was allowing chat and me to mention spoilers in chapter 6 because of things that were going on in Marcus's story here. Alright. Well, yeah, the words are colorful in this game. I know, right? They're so poetic and illustrative, and they are absolutely stuffed to the brim with metaphors. Like, just like crazy. But at last, I finally completed my final draft and sent it along to Ms. Dennehy. Hopefully I haven't made her wait too long as well. A pair of transparent hands gently pat Marcus's shoulder.
Marcus.
We know what you've been through, lassie. Without your perseverance and talent, winning back those readers would have been impossible. And a spot more courage than a sailor betting the last of his pay in Monte Carlo. But you did it, lass. Aye, and some fine work, if I do say so myself. Stop it now, Captain. You're just flattering me. She shrinks her neck with embarrassment. Oh, baby! You did good.
That's right.
No, not at all, Ms. Marcus. It's just as the blowhard said for once. The blowhard. He called him a blowhard. Let's see. You didn't go to collect the post yet, have you? Seems your edition made the papers already, and the postman brought the replies. Ooh woo. And they're good letters this time. Nothing terrible about them. We checked. You're not supposed to check the mail. That's not for you. Marcus opens one of the reader's letters. I feel so honored to write you this letter as a now humbled fan of your history of Flannan Isles. Oh, should I call it To the Archipelago now? Your courage is more than admirable. Who could have thought you'd be brave enough to make such an extensive revision? Let me express my warmest congratulations, for now that I see your work for what it truly is, I am so pleased to have experienced such an unforgettable fantasy tale. Fantasy? Uh-oh. They still don't get it. Oh no. Suppressing her fleeting doubts, she continues reading the letter. Thanks to you and these ghost gentlemen you've invented, all of us following along get to experience a little piece of their world, just as you imagined it. Oh boy. I mean, that's kind of what Hoffman was saying. Yours faithfully, a reader eagerly awaiting the next edition. Yeah, all the readers are like, okay, we get it now. We just got the genre wrong. We're supposed to read this like it's a fiction. Oh, that's why we weren't liking it. Marcus feels at once a sense of loss, something she tries to suppress rather than let it eat at her. There are a mess more of these letters, including one from the Daydream Post. Dear Ms. Marcus, we are more than delighted to share with you that thanks to your newly updated To the Archipelago series, the Daydream Post has seen a tremendous rise in sales. What's more, we've even received requests to change the serialization schedule. They want at least 2 editions per week. After discussion, the publishing house has decided to provide you with an entire new section. We call it The Tall Lighthouse. A title drop! Our sincerest regards to you and your ghostly friends. Hey! Praise pours out from one letter after another, overwhelming Marcus's humility until she feels faint. Oh my gosh, this girl. Staggering, she retreats into the sanctuary of her room. Oh my gosh, she's so extra. But she's adorable. Goodness gracious. The excitement conveyed in the editor's letter still lingers as a vivid image in Marcus's mind. Yet she remains more than a little perplexed.
What?
Did they choose to move to the archipelago from the documentary literature section? Oh. Unsure about the publisher's decision, she continues writing. As new manuscripts are sent out, enthusiastic readers' letters are delivered to the island, one after another. This is what I call a perfect representation of literary fiction. The tale of this investigative columnist's friendship with these 3 ghosts brought tears to my eyes. To dive into this surreal world of mysteries has become a pastime of mine during each and every afternoon tea. Your creative writing has truly brought a smile to my face. I envy the talents of these comical ghosts, and your imaginative arcanist way of writing is, I must say, a refreshing break from the humdrum of human reporting. I look forward to reading more as soon as you can conjure it up. I personally believe this series deserves the title of Fantasy Story of the Year nominee, And if it doesn't meet the award criteria, we should create a new award for it, something like Arcanist Fiction of the Year. All these letters are brimming with effervescent praise, but all with the same monotonous implication. Overwhelmed by the return of her anxiety, Marcus snaps her pen against the paper. Wow! Arcanists are strong! As she plunges yet deeper into the black fog, a familiar voice jolts her back to reality.
Marcus.
Hello, Miss Marcus. Something on your mind, lass? Seems like you've been out to sea with no paddle. A wee bit more than usual lately. Pining for a vacation, maybe? You're not turning into a ghost like us, are you?
You fool.
Balderdash. She's not pining for the fjords, nor has she passed on. Our wee writer is only a trifle tired from all her hard work. As usual, you've no respect for matters of the mind. He casually strokes his mustache, taking pride in Marcus, and, by some extension, himself.
Great.
Ms. Marcus, dare I say you've been a veritable star as late. Even I'm curious about what adventures I'll embark on next.
Marcus.
Marcus, do you think you'll keep writing? About this island, about us? This question, innocent as it is, breaks the spell that had too long lingered over her, as if waking her up from a stupor. Will I keep writing? I hoped to garner more readers with elaborate stories that have more twists and turns. I hoped to make more humans understand and accept Arcanus. I hoped that one day humans and Arcanus could set aside their differences and join hands to uncover the ultimate truth. I hope to record and represent all the truths I've read to the readers. Even more so, I hoped I'd be able to explore the mysteries of the Flandern Isles with them.
But
What is it that they want? Convoluted mystery plots? Wild imaginations plucked straight from the realm of fantasy? And everyone lived happily ever after ending? Marcus looks up in a daze, evading the expectant eyes around her. The sky above is unusually clear, but that doesn't seem to faze her. To the archipelago has achieved significant success. So, why can't I find joy in their praise? The self-questioning abruptly stops. The obvious answer lingers, crawling back from her tongue. To the archipelago is nothing but a well-crafted fiction, a broken puzzle. The people reading it don't care about the truth, nor the real arcanum behind it. So how could this be bringing me closer to my dream? This series was inspired by the first-hand experiences of my dear friends. Without their memories, their stories, I could never have written these tall tales. Of course, I know my writing skills contributed a little to this unprecedented acclaim, but only so much.
Madame Hoffman?
But it was Madame Hoffman and her invaluable comments that led to the changes that made to the archipelago a success. I can't take an ounce of credit for all of these. Yeah, you can! Even if I were to explore every inch of the archipelago and unravel all its mysteries, the readers might only see it as the inevitable conclusion to an entertaining fantasy. Is the answer to my dreams something I can find in this small archipelago? The whistle seems to faintly echo in Marcus's mind. The steam whistle grows louder, overwhelming her eardrums with its piercing cry. Like a sound emerging from the depths of her heart, a distant call from a grander stage. That's a steam whistle. A ship! Madame Hoffman! Ah, it's her! And there's that background music again. I love it so much. The whistle continues to sound nearby as a sail of a familiar checkered pattern is raised. A familiar checkered pattern? Is that... I was thinking about this. Is the checkered pattern a symbol of the Foundation, basically. The final draft is in my room, James. Would you please send it to the care of Miss Dennehy for me? I entrust this mission to you, Captain. Thanks. She runs toward Hoffman without looking back, leaving her puzzled phantom friends behind. Oh my gosh, this is so romantic somehow. Ms. Marcus, you're off out of steam. But well, just where are you off to now? Farewell, Captain James. Farewell, Donald. Farewell, Thomas. Oh my goodness. The trapped young lady finally takes a leap forward. She does not look back. Carried by the sea wind, the letters and manuscripts flutter in the air as if waving Marcus farewell. Please wait, Madam Hoffman! The Foundation's ship begins to loom larger in Marcus's view. The surprised figure aboard becomes clear to see. Marcus!
Madam Hoffman, I want to join the Foundation.
What? Why was that all flashy?
Perhaps.
That was probably the first decision I ever really made on my own. Oh my gosh, she's the best. I love her so much. I love you so much, Marcus. You're the best. Mwah.
Why?
Oh. But why? Why did it suddenly come to my mind? This is what she looked like during Chapter 6. So, what's the present time? Like, when is this taking place? Is this during Chapter 6? It looks like it is. She's at the theater. It was a long time ago. Yeah, okay, so now we're in the present time, and she was basically remembering when she met Hoffman. As her vision clears, the overturned chairs and collapsed curtains around her hint at the ultimate conclusion of the current play. Oh! Why did I choose that path then? Yeah, like, because of how traumatic Chapter 6 was, she's like, why did I even join the Foundation? Like, why did I do all of that if this is where it led me to?
What have I really achieved?
Ooh. What's part 8 gonna be? Are we gonna see, like, her making connections with other arcanists at the Foundation, maybe? Man. When does the events of Chapter 6 take place in the overall timeline? Do we know? Like, what a story. I know. And that's just one little tiny bit of it. It's pretty nuts. Oh boy. Okay, so yeah, definitely spoilers for Chapter 6. Spoilers for Chapter 6. Spoilers for Chapter 6. I cannot stress this enough. Spoilers for Chapter 6. Because we're literally going against the boss from Chapter 6, so. And it is someone that should have been a friend. Ooh-hoo-hoo-hoo. Okay. I don't know what to expect here. I'm just gonna keep on doing that thing with the double DPS and stuff. Let's just see how it goes. Man. Oh! We get 4 people on the field. Well, that's fine. That's cool with me.
Moment of
this.
utterance.
Wait.
The moment is the moment
There
of
we go.
utterance.
Useful? Good timing.
Till the torch is lit. Benefit from reading.
I can't read it.
I'm just sitting here in my chair and thinking about what we have been reading, and feeling all the good feels. It's so much more of a happy story compared to Isolde's character story, which was just pain and suffering and bad things happening, and it was really traumatic to read. Whereas Marcus's story is just like, oh, somebody save this precious bean. How much pain exactly? Probably the most pain that we've seen from this entire game. There was animal cruelty. Let's see. There was all sorts of roughness. Yep. There was almost attempted suicide.
Or this one.
It was rough.
Good idea. Useful?
Husband cruelty. Yeah, what was it? I lost track of how much bad stuff was happening, honestly. I've probably forgotten some of it. It was really overwhelming. There was barfing in the bed. There was drowning. There was just... The entire thing honestly should have had a giant content warning on it. I wish that games had a way of doing that. What's this? Oh, right.
The moment of silence.
You can do this, Marcus. Useful?
Oh, there's more. I forgot. I have 4 AP, not 3. Nah, I don't need that.
The
This.
moment of utterance. Till the torch is lit.
Now it's easier to understand.
And it was also kind of rough because you're reading it and it's trying not to be too explicit about what's happening.
Benefit from reading.
Which is, of course, I'm grateful for that. But also it meant that you had to, like, fill in the blanks. A lot of Reverse 1999 plot, you kind of have to fill in the blanks. It's not always 100% super clear what's going on in a given scene.
The moment of silence.
Let's see. I'm gonna do this, and then I get to use this.
Good timing. Are we really doing this?
We walk in long nights.
Great. No mistakes.
Alright. Hey, there we go.
Victory secured.
Alright,
Excuse
onwards. We will finish part 8 now. And the final battle stage as well, or combat stage, whatever you want to call it. Alright, what did I get? Yeah! Will I be able to level this side tube up? Sorry, I'm like flipping through menus really fast. Boop, 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 boop. Oh! Ah, just short. just short. Oh well. Alright, let's start part 8. Final part of the Tall Lighthouse. Marcus's story. The last bit of content that we have for patch 1.7. Before patch 1.8 starts this coming Thursday, and I will be streaming that as well here on ShinyBotTV. Come and join. It'll be fun. Oh, there's breathing noises. Marcus is like a book swept out to sea, floating directionless through the dead of night. Oh my gosh. So right now, this is back to the present time. We are in chapter 6. I assume that, spoiler warning again, spoiler warning, her dear friend Hoffman has been killed. And she's having to deal with that. Familiar pages flash rapidly through her mind. Echoes of the past ringing yet again in the present. I remember now. I wanted to make a choice of my own. Oh. So I joined the Foundation. I learned of the storm. I bade farewell to my era and my old dream. A choice of my own. But did I really make one at all? Oh man, don't get me started on the philosophy of free will. We'll be here all day. A sudden agony almost tears the entire book apart. Oh my gosh. The spine of the book trembles as it struggles to turn a new page. Oh, this is Marcus reading. This is what it looks like when she reads a scene. Yes, I made my choice. Now see where it's led me. I've ruined everything. Lady Isolde held a grand exhibition where she made that speech. So Isolde basically declared to everyone at the exhibition that she believes that all arcanists should leave human society and they should all form their own society separate from humans and let humans be devoured by the storm.
I wish for the arcanists to unite and establish an independent kingdom of freedom, free from repression and oppression.
It's all my fault.
If only I hadn't violated the confidentiality agreement, she wouldn't have made that dangerous speech. But I did not only fail to help the Arcanists. Oh, okay. What I did not only failed to help the Arcanists, but worse, it still intensified the divide between us and humans. Lady Isolde and many other innocent Arcanists deceived by Menace Vindictae shouldn't have fallen into such a predicament. Political assassinations, ethnic conflicts, and civil turmoil have erupted all over the world. History has been altered. The storm was formed.
No.
I should never have called out to Madame Hoffman that day. I should have stayed on the Flannan Isles. Madame Hoffman? Then comes a clearer, more suffocating page. Oh my god. This is supposed to be a happy story. No! Ugh. Oh, I had to press space one more. Are you really? Are you really? You're really gonna make us relive this? You bastards!
Don't cry, Marcus. I know what I'm doing.
Oh my god!
The future is yours.
No.
Warning for flashing lights. I don't know why, but there's flashing lights in this chapter, I guess. This page seems agonizingly long.
What have I really achieved?
Images bristling with pain and regret ruthlessly intertwine. I don't know why I had problems with that. Intertwine in Marcus's frantic thoughts. Back on the island, I couldn't even stop my friends from fighting. How could I have thought I would be the one to change humanity's discrimination towards Arcanus? After I made just that one choice, to join the Foundation, every choice afterward only seemed to magnify the number of people I hurt. Even Madame Hoffman. I never once managed to live up to my aspiration. Could it be that I... You thought it was fairy tale ending, but it was me! Crushing despair! No! No. Of course it is. It's reverse 1999 after all. Oh, Lord. The cold abyss stretches out before her. Reality, naked of any illusions.
I've never left the Flinden Isles.
What? The active cells within her body finally find an outlet amidst the surging pain. A strange scent invades the air, blurring Marcus's vision. Whoa.
Marcus.
Miss Marcus, how did you end up here?
What?
Oh, poor lassie, you look miserable. What sort of trouble have you been in?
Hey!
Don't worry, mate. We've always been here for you, always ready to lend you a hand. The phantoms, as ever before, gather around her with great enthusiasm. James, Donald, Thomas. Sora, Donald, Goofy. I had to do it, I'm sorry. I just had to. That completely ruined that moment, I'm sorry. Her long-suppressed emotions finally breach their confines, finding a soothing haven on the windless island. Aren't you disappointed in me? On the Flinden Isles, I tried to tell your story, but everyone only saw it as fiction. They praised its plot and suspense, but none of the credit really belonged to me. I failed to unravel the mysteries, and I failed to help people understand Arcanum. My so-called dream was nothing more than an excuse to run from reality. I had run, tail tucked to the Foundation, and then to Vienna. In the end, it feels as though I've accomplished nothing. I couldn't help Madame Hoffman stop Manus Vindictae. I couldn't find the incantation that might grant immunity from the storm. I only ruined everything. Yet the bitter chill of remorse fails to tear her down. That's right! For her loyal friend's warmth, even through the veil of death, can illuminate the darkest nights, like a refuge on her dark seas. Oh my god! That's emotional.
Marcus.
Lass, we don't know what kind of trouble you're facing now, but things are rarely as bad as you fear them to be. Take that on aged wisdom. No, we're all proud of you.
Why?
But I didn't do anything helpful for you.
In fact...
Right, now I won't have you slandering a friend of mine like that, eh? Or did you forget who wrote those wonderful stories, what made people remember the Flinden Isles and us forever?
Great.
That may well have been the cleverest thing I've heard you say yet. But I didn't even uncover the truth behind your deaths. I've failed you all. Her head hangs low, with an irrepressible shake lurching her forward and back. A familiar touch of warmth reaches Marcus's shoulder again.
Marcus.
Now don't be so hard on yourself, lass. How can we blame you if we haven't figured that out for ourselves? With a dozen years head start, no less. We've always stayed here all this time, but we've never given up hope. We'll continue to seek out the truth, no matter how long it takes. Remember what Madame Huffman told you. Whether you find the truth or not, it is the journey that keeps us engaged. Suddenly, she is reminded of that addition. Why was it so loved by her readers? You remember those letters from your readers? So many bright ideas, trying to fix the puzzle you set out for them. Nary a one got close, eh? But remember the fun we had talking them over? Finding the answer is not what really matters, lass. What matters most is our perseverance, our courage to carry on. Marcus finally lifts her head.
Madame Hoffman?
She understood that lesson all along and tried to pass it on to me. But do I really understand it now?
Did I understand?
If I were to die today, would I know what I was supposed to do? I think I do now. Standing up, she races forward just like she did on the island coast that fateful day.
What really scared me was not death, but the possibility of dying ignorant.
Whoa.
Marcus.
Marcus, did you hear that? It's some kind of strange noise. Oh. Wait a second. Was she in a Laplace machine this whole time? Was she in the Matrix? Oh, no? Yes? Maybe? I guess we don't know yet. She takes a deep breath and opens her eyes.
We can still make this right.
I love this girl so much.
Doctor, wait! There might be another way.
Eh? What? 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 Eh? Huh? What? We can still make this right? Doctor, wait, there may still be another way? And what were those sound effects in the background? What does it mean? When are we gonna find out what it means? There's nothing else left in this patch. That's it. There's nothing else. What the heck? What does it mean? Oh, lordy. Well, let's do this final combat and talk about it. Gosh. What on earth? I'm actually gonna go with Ununli.
Exorcism Office, action!
Bladed Pride, I'm speechless too. What the heck is going on?
Are you seeking my service?
What on earth?
I'm here.
For real?
One, two.
I'm
Duty lies with
like, what does it mean? What is she gonna do? Is she gonna like rewind time using the storm? Or I don't know, like she's gonna make it right. Make what right? What is she gonna do? Or wait a second, did she do something at the end of chapter 6 and I'm forgetting that she did something at the end of chapter 6? And maybe that was a reference to what she did in chapter 6? Maybe I need to go back to chapter 6 and read that again.
Easy,
Oh, lordy. That was an enthralling ending. I was into that. I approve.
Or this one.
We'll do
Moment of
this.
silence.
Golly. What a crazy game. I don't know. Like, obviously, other gacha games have really cool writing in them, too. But Reverse 1999, as they say, just hits different, in my opinion. It really hits different. Okay. Should I use this? Sure, I guess.
The moment of utterance.
This book? Or this one?
Until the torch is
Oh
lit.
my. How emotional. Truly an emotional story, but like, not too hopeless. It was only a hopelessness within her heart that she was battling against. Goodness. Oh, there's 2 stacks of sturdiness on these. Okay. What can I do about that? Let's just tag that. Actually, let's do this. Let's do this and
Eyes,
this.
ears to listen.
Actually, hang on. Let's do this,
Eyes,
this,
ears to listen.
and then tag this just in case. Or should I heal? It's fine. And switch back here and use
Do
that.
this, Marcus.
Let's see how we do.
Benefit from reading.
Alright.
Maybe now it's easier to understand.
Well, well, well. I continue to be excited about what Reverse 1999 has for us. It's so great because like every single time they have new content, even if I don't know what I'm looking at when I look at their trailers or look at stuff, because of their track record of writing really compelling stuff, really compelling stories, I'm like, yeah, I'm in. Sure. Take me on a journey. Show me what you got. So, yeah.
Easy.
After I beat this fight right here, I say we jump into the Extreme Talent video for Villa. The new 6-star character that we are getting with the new patch 1.8 starting this Thursday.
Or this one.
I'm not ending the stream quite yet, but I do want to just say thank you so much everyone who is joining in with chat and joining the stream today after I had a quite long break from streaming. I mean, a long break for me anyway. What does he do when he snaps his fingers? Does he get more stacks of something? What happened there? Bladed Pride, are you going to pull on stream? No, it is my tradition to not do that. I generally don't. But I do share with y'all when I do pull, I basically share my pull history on stream with everybody so they can see how I did. Sorry. See, that's a mass attack. Let's do this. That. I'm gonna do this. Like this. Heal. This, and this.
This one.
Come back to me.
It's just my own personal preference. I have watched many, I've watched many gacha game content creators in the past, and some have expressed regret that they made pulling be a part of the content that they made. And I think it totally makes sense, and I follow in their footsteps because I too also am very, very, I'm very wary of the pull that the gacha game mechanic has on all of us who enjoy these games. Which is unfortunate, because like I enjoy these games, I don't mind the idea of supporting these games with money, but it's unfortunately just a very predatory way of going around it and doing that.
Times to speak of truth. The moment of utterance.
You can do this, Marcus.
So what I do is I try to
The scale of your soul has tilted.
I try to focus on parts of the game that are a part of the game itself. I try to not... Like, for example, I don't really just play game trailers on this stream. If I do, it's... For example, I played the Furina character teaser from Genshin Impact a few months back. But I didn't play it and just go, oh my god, it looks amazing, oh my god. I was actually playing it because I was wanting to break it down for lore reasons, so, you know, looking at it from a really critical lens like that. I feel like there's reason to do that, and that makes sense to me. But I won't just play a trailer and go, oh my god, that looks so good, oh my god, this makes you love Furina more, and I want to pull her. Because that's... The point of those teasers is to convince you to spend money on the game. Here we go! The final achievement for the patch! It's done! I think this is all done, right? Yeah! That's right! There we are. I play this game way too much! Did I actually... I didn't actually make it up to 20,000 because I didn't realize this was going to be over when it was. It's understandable, don't sweat it. Yeah, thanks for understanding. I appreciate that. Look at how much I've completed. This is 1.7, 1.6, I think. Am I right? 1.5, 1.4, 1.3? That doesn't seem quite right. One of these is like, I think Mountain Camp is not a patch all to itself. This is just the one mode. This is the Echoes in the Mountain mode. So this is like 1.7, 1.6, 1.5, 1.4. That makes more sense to me. All right, before I forget, let's get that Extreme Talent video. Oh, before I do that, let's get another Unilog. I have 68 pulls ready for Vila. All right, let's bring the sound down here. And let's get this set up over here. Type, 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 type. Search, search, search. There's that Extreme Talent opening theme. And let's go over here. All right. We're gonna finish off the stream by looking at this together. Let's get hype for patch 1.8. Whee! I'm hyped. I am hyped for this patch. I'm very, very excited about that. I think it I think it takes place in Russia? Here, we can look at the thumbnails. I'm not going to click on all of them, but we can look at the thumbnails at least. So we've got... The name of the story is Farewell Ryashki. And then Vila's trailer was also really cute. I got to check that out. Here, really quick, I'm not going to play this whole thing, but I want to share Baby Blue. Baby Blue's outfit. Look at this.
Still too early to go to bed.
Look at her. Oops.
Still too early to go to bed.
I know how to use YouTube hotkeys. Look at her. It's so cute. It's so pretty. I haven't built Baby Blue yet, but if I can get this skin for free, I'm not sure if we can. I would love to build her. Look at her! Ah! Oh my gosh, it's so cute. It just, it's just beautiful. Just beautiful. She's supposed to be a, an Alice in Wonderland kind of character, but for this skin, she's a milkmaid from, I don't know, Russia or something. Now on to what we were here for in the first place. Extreme Talent. Featuring Vila. Let's learn how her kit works, because that's what's gonna matter a lot is how her kit works. And apparently she's really, really strong and everybody recommends pulling her, so keep that in mind.
The storm brings frequent anomalies, and also more development and field missions. Sadly, combat is not my thing. Luckily, data analysis is. Here, I'll walk you through the abilities of every Arcanist. Please, Miss Tider.
4F4B. Okay.
Vila, an unusual teacher working in an unusual town. Her father was from Kaliningrad, and her mother lived in a lake. Another victim of ethnic conflict. For many years, she roved between St. Petersburg and Moscow looking for knowledge and to find a dream worth pursuing.
Okay.
A fighter striving for a better life. The results of her extensive efforts are obvious to everyone now. Miss Vila, I would like to thank you for your help with our experiments. Your hard work and skill are more than welcome at Laplace. Oh, but let's get back to our topic today. Vila is adept at lending a helping hand to her teammates in battle. Her ultimate, Bright Prospect, dispels stats down, neg status, and control effects from allies, and grants herself the Resulka status.
Okay.
Additionally, her power will be significantly enhanced while under this status.
Okay.
At Insight 1, this status generates one Song of Inspiration every round. This incantation grants one Moxie and one Eureka to an ally without using AP.
Oh, that's right.
Beating
I've heard about
Heart
that.
grants the Song of Generosity status to one ally, increasing their critical rate and critical damage. Mental damage characters will even get a bonus boost.
Mental damage, okay.
But do take note that casting a new Song of Generosity removes any older instances. If Vila is in her Resulka status when casting Beating Heart, the skill grants the Song of Passion status instead.
Okay.
This status is an upgraded version of Song of Generosity. It increases the carrier's damage multiplier against the main target and cannot be dispelled. Of course, when Vila casts her ultimate, the existing Song of Generosity is upgraded to Song of Passion automatically.
Okay.
Her other arcane skill, Wordless Song, also benefits from Resulka. This skill heals one ally and grants them one stack of sturdiness. The total healing
Okay.
is based on Vila's attack and incantation stars. In the Rusalka status, Wordless Song additionally heals the ally with the lowest HP twice based on Vila's attack.
Okay.
At Insight 1, Vila gains Moxie upon entering battle. She can gain even more Moxie when there are mental damage characters in the
Got
team.
it. Just like
At Insight
Gutian
3,
benefits from
when
more
staying
reality
on standby,
teammates.
she heals all allies at the end of the round. Her healing is even higher in the Rusalka status. Would
Okay.
you like to know what it feels like to be a mermaid? To ignore the icy cold water and swim like a fish? Then you need to try this.
Yay, mermaid
The
transformation
Rusalka suit.
item. Oh
Trust
gosh.
me, it's even more useful than it appears to be. Adjust your
It's more
posture
useful than it
and keep your
appears.
feet together, just like you were swimming. Then it'll bind your legs and allow you to move like a Rusalka tail. To unbind them, all it takes is a simple hop. The heat generated by your swimming will be delivered to the whole suit. And the panel on the chest allows you to adjust the temperature.
I see.
However cold the water is, you can swim like a real Rusalka. Now, let me show you how it works. Take a look at this tank I borrowed from the deep sea critter
He stole
laboratory.
things again.
Oh no!
Backstroke posture detected.
Wait, I'm not in the tank yet.
56657279206666737368792E. Very fishy.
How am I supposed to hop in this? Anyway, I'm sure it'll come in handy one day. I hope at least that Miss Vila will agree.
Oh, X. You so silly. That was adorable. I actually did, I finished X's anecdote off stream, and it was very nice and cute, and I love him even more now. And she is like a mermaid. That is correct, Bladed Pride. She is like a mermaid, and she is technically what is called a Rusalka. A Rusalka is a creature from Slavic tradition. It just sounds like. I think that's what I've seen looking it up. But yeah, it turns out there's a whole bunch of different kinds of mermaid tales across the world. So they're focusing on this specific Rusalka tale. I already laughed at it, so I can't laugh at it again. So that's that. Oh, you can tell I'm running out of energy. So I think that is where we are gonna stop it for today. I am so glad I actually managed to stream a bit. Value the present
No
day.
suspicious colleagues are around poking their noses into others' affairs. Nor must I conceal my research direction.
Good for you. Let's see. Any last thoughts? I just want to do a shout out for the free-to-play players out there. I know that you guys are struggling right now, and you're looking at this rerun banner with 6 on it, and you're sweating bullets. I just want to let you know, it's a really difficult decision, and I don't think anyone is going to judge you if you decide to spend some pulls on 6's rerun banner, or if you decide to not pull on 6's rerun banner and save it for later stronger characters. It's kind of an impossible choice, so we got your back. Don't worry. Personally, I have 6 and I use him a whole bunch. When you get him to I3, it's just crazy useful in any kind of team you can think of. Super, super duper useful. And he does mental damage too, so he works well with Vila, right? Anyway, I'm definitely going to be saving for Vila. I'm not going to make any pulls on this rerun banner, obviously, because I already have 6. And even though his P1 is really useful, I only have 68 pulls, and I really want to get Vila, and I want to get the characters after that also. I've mentioned this before, but I really implore you all, don't spend your pulls on this banner unless you are new player, like really new, and you don't have either character. Then, sure, maybe just pull until you get one of these 6 stars. And then you need to stop. You can't keep going after that. You just gotta stop right there. Even though it is cheaper, and there's a 70% chance instead of a 50% chance of getting the one you want, it still is really rough. Because after the 70% chance to get a rate-up character, it's a 50-50 between 37 or Jessica. So, as you can imagine, that's going to be kind of rough. And there's no leftover pity. You don't get to keep your pity for other banners after that one goes away. So, just looking out for all you, I want to make sure that you have all the information that would be helpful to you. And, yeah, that's about it for today. You can follow me on socials, Twitter, X, YouTube, or here on Twitch, ShinyBotTV. I tend to stream on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. This week it's a little bit different because of life happening. So I streamed today on Tuesday, and I'm planning on streaming again on Thursday, and it'll be our big ol' Reverse 1999 new patch 1.8 stream, and I will hopefully show you my new Vila. Or I won't. We'll see how lucky I am. I'm not sure how it's gonna go. I'm not gonna be pulling on stream, like as I've said previously, but I will show you the results of my pulls on the stream. Let's see. Please take care of yourselves. Please hydrate. Please make sure you tell people what your needs are, because you're definitely super duper worth it. I really, really appreciate you watching my stream, regardless of whether it was live or recorded on a VOD. Every view is really helpful to me to keep on building the channel and stuff. And yeah, shout out to Bladed Pride, shout out to Ronin Otaku Night, and shout out to Kinoko-kun for hanging out. Y'all are great. I'm probably gonna stop here and try to figure out what my dinner situation is, I think. Because I ended up switching my schedule around. But yes, I promise I will get food for myself. And I'll also finish eating my Toblerone chocolate. Yeah, best of luck with the rest of the patch, and best of luck with the other games that are happening. Please, solidarity with SAG-AFTRA, hashtag SAG-AFTRA strong. I'm pretty sure they're still striking still. I haven't been, checking the news about that, but I'm assuming that they're still striking. I feel like I would have seen a big, huge headline online somewhere if something had developed. So please show your solidarity with video game performers who are fighting to get better, safer AI protections for themselves. Also, please keep talking about the conversation about skin color in Genshin Impact and Hoyoverse games. It's still a very important conversation to have. You can type !boycott HYV in my chat to get a link to a petition that you can sign, which is just kind of a demand to Hoyoverse to please do a better job in general. You can click on the petition to get all the details. But yeah, I love you all very much. Parasocially. I hope you all take care of yourselves is the main thing. So yeah, thanks again. I think that is it for today. Looking forward to Thursday. Is there anyone I should raid, mayhaps? Let's just take a look here. Let's see. Oh, look at that. Sayu is playing Earthbound for the first time ever. That's nuts. I've never played Earthbound. I only played Undertale, which I know took inspiration from Earthbound. But let me check the Reverse 1999 category. Let's see here. Doop-a-doop-a-doo. Well, it looks like somebody's been streaming for about 5... Is it... Does that mean 5 minutes or 5 hours? I can never really tell what that means. Well... Let's send you over to Tuesday. No, let's send you over to Chaotic Lord 21. There we go. They are chilling and playing Reverse 1999. So yeah. Thanks again. It looks like they're in the middle of some Three Doors gameplay. So that's fun. Let's get this raid started. Alright. Oh, hang on. What am I doing? Okay, thanks again. See y'all on the next one.